What up, Kings? Hope you're well. In this video, I want to talk about how AI is destroying the corporate news media and how this is going to impact your online campaigns, specifically your programmatic campaigns.
Today, we're diving into the future of broadcasting by creating our very own AI-powered news channel. Imagine having your news presented by an AI anchor 24/7. Cool, right? Let's get started. Step number 1 is choosing the platform for your AI news anchor. For this tutorial, we'll be using Vidnaz AI as it is free and offers a variety of templates to get us started. So, head over to their website and sign up for an account to begin. The website link is in the description. After you log in, go to the templates section, where you will find a lot of ready-made templates. Choose a template you like from the breaking news section. For example, let's select this template by clicking on Use this template button. Here you can type in your script in any language and select a voice. Here you can change the avatar if you want or customize other elements on the screen.
All right, so this is quite scary, isn't it? But exciting at the same time. So check out what's happening. News organizations like CNN, BBC, and even like ABC to some extent, but not all the way. They used to have offices in different parts of the world. So CNN would have an Africa office, or they will have a South Asia office, or South America desk. They will call it desk, right? Where a bunch of reporters will be out there collecting news, reporting the news from out there, correspondence. And so since Africa is massive, okay, for some of you guys that are quite ignorant to how big Africa is at least 3 times the size of the United States, if you didn't know. But it's massive, okay? So in order for you to get an Africa desk, you would need to be in 5 regions, maybe 6 regions. There's so many different regions and cultures, and so what happens in the south does not necessarily affect what's happened in the central or in the north or in the west. But for the most part, what happens in the United States in one area kind of, not all the way, kind of affects what happens in the rest of the country. For example, the ICE raids that are happening in LA, they kind of affect what's happening in the rest of the country. So people in New York will start to panic because New York is similar to LA. There are a lot of immigrants over there, so people panic. But it's not like that in Africa. News organizations like the CNNs of the world and the BBCs of the world had a complete monopoly when it came to broadcasting information on what's happening in Africa. But now, thanks to AI, the tides have shifted completely. Now, thanks to technology like this one, the young creators and journalists in Africa that don't have any work, that are latching on to this technology and learning AI really fast, because Africa is full of young people. The average age here in Africa is about 21, whereas in the West, so places like UK, Europe, the United States, the average age is about 32 to 35. That's average age. A 35-year-old is very different from a 21-year-old. The learning curves are crazy. People here pick up on trends very fast. If the Chinese introduce a new product into the market, a new car, everybody's driving that same car. It's wild. But I'm trying to make a point here that people pick up on technology and trends really, really fast. So these young journalists are picking up on how great AI is. So what they're doing is they're challenging CNN and BBC. CNN and BBC get their news from X, formerly Twitter. That's where everybody gets their news anyway. Anytime you see a story on CNN and you go on Twitter or X, you discover that's the plug. X is the plug of the news. So there's no exclusivity to CNN anymore. So these journalists are compiling all the information from X, plugging it into an AI tool, and using technology like this one, and building their own networks, their own news networks, to rival the BBCs and the CNNs. And I've been looking at the numbers. I was tracking a new channel that just launched in one of the countries here in East Africa from its infancy. They've grown like 200,000 subscribers in 6 months. This is because most of the people that are consuming this content trust this news source over BBC and CNN. So this is making things very complicated. In an era when Western media used to flood the African market with propaganda, they can't do that anymore because they got competition thanks to AI. The same competition is already happening in the United States. There are young journalists that are using this technology in the West, creating their own news organizations, copying what's happening over here in Africa, putting out content. People are just making money all day long. This is how you are hearing about like 19-year-olds, 21-year-olds making millions of dollars thanks to AI. This is how they're making their money, by building faceless YouTube channels that are competing with these big news corporations. And what they're able to plug into this content is authenticity and truth that CNN cannot give. CNN is fake news, and so is BBC now. BBC is fake news. Even the president has been warning us about fake news for a long time, and people already caught on. Nobody's buying anything that these corporations are talking about. So people are going to go out of their way to seek the truth in a world full of lies. These type of news channels that use AI technology are filling in that gap, that need. The impact on your ad campaigns are this. If you're using any deal IDs or your campaigns are running across any content such as CNN, BBC, ABC, the usual suspects, your campaigns are gonna struggle. Real people are not watching that stuff. The viewership is already in the toilet. It's already in the gutter. If you are still activating your campaigns with these kinds of inventory sources, you're already behind the 8 ball, dude. You already lost the game. You already lost the plot. And you're gonna continue to lose. It's funny. I had a audience vendor reach out to me a couple of weeks ago. I don't mention names. He was trying to pitch me news inventory. I said, nah, I don't buy mainstream news. Nah, I don't buy mainstream news. I know exactly what news I buy, and it's not mainstream. It's niche. And that's where the future is going. So if you want to have your campaigns convert with real people, then you need to recognize that the old way of doing things is dead in the water. AI is coming for everybody, no exception. Everybody's getting wiped out. So if you're ready to work with the best, this means we are an AI-focused agency first. When we activate campaigns for you, we do everything from start to finish. We start with strategy, fueled by AI. All our research, everything is all AI. Activation, all AI. Every single stage, we include AI. Schedule time. I'll put a link in the description of this video. I'll talk to you soon.